Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Emily and I make homeschooling videos with my 4-year-old daughter. Today I thought I would show you the books that I've made for her. So I'll show you the one that I started for her when she was really little. So you're talking, well, it depends on your interest and your child's interest. Rosie liked picking up pens and pencils and stuff from about 2.5, 3. So seeing as she showed the interest, I shall show you her really preschool one, and then the one we're using at the moment, which would be preschool reception sort of age. So I'll show you now. This is Rosie's first preschool book that I made for her. I got the idea of someone else online as well and just adapted it for my child. So you've got, it's just the alphabet. So she goes through, she can trace it with her finger, she can go around with a pen, and then she was given a picture of something beginning with A to colour in, cut out and stick. Dot the A so she recognises them, uppercase and lowercase, and then she's got some pen control practice, so just drawing the lines, the things they need just to start being able to write later on and control a pen and everything. A lot of people will say, oh, don't force them before they're ready, which is correct, but if your child is showing an interest, this is the sort of thing you can kind of help them out with. So this is Copy Me, so very simple, just circle shapes, little lines coming out, 2 eyes and a smile. As you can see, Rosie's very new to this in this one. And then she's got trace the A's, all capitals to begin with because they're just easier to start with. Circle the objects beginning with A's. You'll have to talk them through with your child and make the sound, because A and apple sounds slightly different, whereas aeroplane, so you just talk them through it. Then with the numbers, excuse our noisy seagulls, she's got the number 1 and then a box to put that many stickers in. So each time she could put that many stickers in. So this one is trace the 1. And then she's got some circles that I don't think she got round to. Some circles to trace. And I just go through the alphabet. So I'll just go through a few letters for you so you can just get the general idea. So B is for bear. She traces the B. She colours in the bear, cuts it out, sticks it in. And then she dots all the B's. She traces the lines. Circle the dot objects beginning with B. Copy Me. As you can see, some of these she didn't do. In fact, I don't know if we finished this book. 2. And then she's got 2 stickers, and then she's tracing her shape. As you can see, some of this isn't finished. That's because I didn't force anything. This was literally for as long as she wanted to do it for as long as she was interested. And she wasn't made to sit down and do this. So C is for cat, trace the C, dot the C. She really didn't want to do that. Trace the line, she had a good go. Circle the objects beginning with C. So you can see how little I pushed her, the fact that this is incomplete. She'd probably sit here and finish this off now though. Simple Copy Me, 3 stickers in the box. I'm about to be shouted at by a seagull. And the triangle, and on and on and on. Rosie is older. This is her reception yearbook. So as you can see, she's developed nicely. She can trace her name. She can write her name without the tracing there. She's conquered her S's. So this one is slightly different every time because she's got her A's. So you can see she's got more control over her capitals, lowercase. Draw something beginning with A. So now it's no longer a colour and stick. It is use your imagination. Think of something beginning with A. She's drawn an apple. Then she's got a sentence with the A sound in. The cat sat on the mat. Rosie can read simple sentences like that now. And then you can see her copy me's have developed as well. Bigger numbers because she knows all her little numbers now. And then some simple sums, which she does on her abacus. Then the B, something beginning with B. Uppercase, lowercase. Read the sentence if you can, and then copy the buzz. Otherwise you just go through and every time you get to a buh you go the blue. Oh look, we need to trace the B. And a copy me, excuse the noise. And then you've got how many chicks are in the yard, how many pigs are in the yard, and then it's a simple sum of how many animals are all together, so she's got to count them and everything. This is what changes throughout this book, so I probably will go further through this book. So this is the C, something beginning with C. I'm not sure what she drew there. Obviously tracing again, Copy Me, and then this one's some minus sums for her. So again we use the abacus. So 10 little ants went out to play, 2 ran away, how many are left? 8 little ants went out to play, 3 ran away, how many are left? And eventually she's just left with 1 bead on the abacus. D's, so these are all the same, Copy Me, sentence, uppercase. And then this one is more sums, so how many frogs are in the pond, how many frogs are on the lily pads. And then now she's got in, on, she's got placement words as well. Draw something beginning with E. I'm not sure what she drew. The Copy Me. How many spiders are in the web? How many are hanging from the web? So again, placement again. So she's got all these 5 fat frogs feeding on flies. So I always try and make the picture something to do with the sentence. Then she's got put the hands on the clock and how many seconds are in a minute, how many minutes are in an hour. So depending on what your child knows and how much they can do, depends on what you put on the last page. So how many sides does a square have? How many sides does a triangle have? How many sides does a pentagon have? So she has to draw them, count them and everything. Looks like she was lazy with that one though, because she can draw a 4. So we're on H's. For the H's, what does a tadpole turn into? And then she's got multiple choice on the end. She didn't get the question to begin with and started circling the bear just because she wanted to. Then the same here, she got carried away with the clock faces. She just wanted to draw loads of hands on it, and then she realised there was a time to copy. So that's what she was doing. This one is more sums. So 10 smiley faces, 5 got upset, how many smiles are left? And then the washing flew away, and how many cats fall asleep, how many cats are still awake. So I think this is almost as far as we got. Hermione needs help in potions. 1 apple plus 3 spiders, so she's got to draw them in and then count them all up and make the big sum at the bottom. Name the parts of the insect. So I wrote them for her. I just pointed and said, what's this, what's this? She said, can you colour in Mummy's telephone number on the keypad? So this is what she did. So I've got double numbers in my thing. So she pressed it afterwards to show. And coming up, she now has colour in your house number, colour in your age, colour in how old Mummy is, colour how many beehives are in the living room. I took that down, that's not, I have to look at that. Colour in how many dragons, how many continents there are, colour in how... So this, she's got to go around the room and find the answers to all of it, because we've got a map on the wall over there. So she'll go over there and count all of the continents. This one is how many spiders are on the left and right, so she's got placement left and right. Excuse the noise. This one she's got to know the facts. So potatoes grow over or under the ground. So then she's got to cross off the wrong word. Peas grow over under the ground. So this is a science thing as well as an English thing. So carrots grow under the ground, she'd cross off over. So she knows where food comes from. Nikki has a necklace, she wants 5 beads. How many does she need to add? So Rosie needs to count how many beads are already on the necklace and how many does she need to actually do it. So she needs equals, same down there. Time again. What colour do yellow and red make? And then she's got a multiple choice underneath the circle. So that's colours for her. I think I started running out of pages, so I stopped doing the extra page. Yeah, I stopped doing the extra page. So yeah, that's the next step up. That's Rosie's reception book. So the big yellow books, I'll see if I can find where I got them from. I got a pack of about 5. So the red books are brilliant because these have lines and then a space. So this is Rosie's sentence book. This also goes with her last preschool one. So I've written a load of sentences for Rosie, and I overestimated her to begin with because I said just copy the sentence underneath, and Rosie, well, I am Rosie, and then she draws herself. I am full. Now, she started struggling, so I thought, okay, I'll dot it underneath for her. So I like music. So this is all about putting the period on the end as well. So this is all about the full stop that Rosie needs to put on. So she draws a little picture to go with it. But it's just about her. So I can sing. So she draws, she can sing after tracing it. I can dance. So she does that. This is my mum, this is my dad. So you can put any sentence in here you want for your child. This is our house, but she drew a person. This is my room. And she asked my help with that one. That's why her bed looks like a bit more like a bed. I like to read was the last one we did. So that's Rosie with a book. Apparently she has messy hair. But it's basically, I like to play. I play with my friends. So she's reading these to me as well. She's actually reading them, tracing them. And I haven't done all of them because I'm going to see if she can do it again as we go on. She's just going to illustrate it each time. So that's another book. And this is another one like the red book. This is Rosie's storybook, so she gets to write a little story however she wants to write it. So whatever's legible to her, however she thinks she can read it back to me with a little picture. So unfortunately she's not using the backs, and she hasn't written anything about some of this. But yeah, just ideas for, so she's written, she knows what that says, I've got no clue. She knows what that says, and then there's a picture to go with it. So she'll read me stories from here that she's written. one is Rosie's book review book. So the reason the first couple are like this was because I was considering making bunting to hang around the room, so when people came in they could see what we'd read as like a display, and we might still do that. But then I thought, where are we going to keep it? And if we read so many books that it takes over the room, I thought we'll put them in a book to begin with. We can always make bunting if we want to. So Rosie has a picture, what she thought of it, good or bad, a favourite part, a comment, how many stars, and then we're, at the moment, read with Mum and Dad. And I forgot, when we first started doing this, I'm just putting a date first read there so that we can say, look, you were 4 when you first sat through this sort of chapter book. That is the BFG. It is, they know it's the BFG. So Rosie loves Roald Dahl, so we did this for the Giraffe, the Pelly and Me as well. So you can see we've read that twice. And then we've got the Twitch. You don't have to be a great artist or anything like that to do these pictures. You just draw something that your child will know. So you can see we've read that twice. We've got the Witches. We've got all the Roald Dahls. SEO Trot, which we haven't read yet. We haven't read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory either, have we, Bub? The Witches, we've read the Witches twice. Oh. Right. I don't want this to be too long, Babs. The Magic Finger we've read once. James the Giant Peach twice.
What was my favourite part?
Matilda. We're going to go back over it. She loves reading back through what she the favourite parts. Matilda we've read twice. George's Marvellous Medicine. And Fantastic Mr. Fox. Then we go on to other books, like we've read the little children's version of The Wizard of Oz, but I've got 2 boxes. Children's version, full version. The Railway Children, The Enormous Crocodile, Secret Garden, A Little Princess. So we do these as we read them. Romeo and Juliet, because she loves her Shakespeare. Midsummer Night's Dream. So we've got all the Shakespeare ones that she's read. David Copperfield, we've read the children's version of this as well. Heidi, Little Women, children's version, in which Joe does not die if you read one version. Not Joe, Beth doesn't die in the children's version. The Magician's Nephew, so we're now currently reading The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, so we're reading C.S. Lewis. We're on Prince Caspian, so she's waiting to fill that bit in. But she's also started reading The Faraway Tree with Daddy, so she's reviewed The Enchanted Wood, and we're currently reading the second book of that too. But I'm just going to, as we read chapter books, that's what goes in here. So not just the little books, but the actual proper big chapter books. And that's what this one's for. I hope you find these useful and everything. If I can find these books again, I will link them below because they are really, really useful. The set out of them. I've got to get some maths books soon for when she needs the squares later on. But the blank pages are great, and then the half blank, half lines are really, really good for little children to write their stories with. So I hope this helps anyone who is struggling with schooling their child at the moment, or just homeschooling and is wondering what they can do to encourage their child to write. This is the only part of formal learning where we actually sit down and do it. We only do formal writing, formal reading and formal maths at the moment, and we tend to do it for about 20 minutes in the morning, if that, however long it takes, and then that's done. So we have 2 baby seagulls on our roof, and I'm being shouted at by their mummy now because she can see me through our window. So yeah, if you have any questions, please link them, comment below. Yes, and I hope this helps. For now, it's ta from me and ta from the Rosy Bear.